It is not history which uses man as a means of achieving, as if it were an individual person, its own ends. History is nothing but the activity of man in pursuit of their ends, meaning history cannot be necessarily considered to be something which is individual, sovereign, authentic, real, meaningful in itself and all by itself. History does not always have its own sovereignty, individuality, distinction, independence, because ultimately man has independence and the ability to act with his thinking, mentality, and action. Man has so much power, influence, intelligence, reason, rationality, cunning within himself as well as in his decision making. Alongside, he has the freedom of choice, thought, and action, with the help of which he can almost do anything he wants, pursue anything that he wishes, and ultimately work for the fulfillment of his desires, the achievement of satisfaction and personal ends, and many other diabolical, ambitious tries, passions, and pursuits as well, that ultimately translates, and transforms into what we call and what we regard, and what is also generally known as history to each and every one of us in the modern society. So history is actually nothing more than man himself in constant action, movement, and pursuit of not only external power and outside influence and societal control over everyone through the development of knowledge, wisdom, education, but also the chasing of his own individual desires, the derivation of satisfaction and pleasure from basically meeting different ends, and his partial interests also that are not meant for the development, welfare, well-being of the others or anyone else in his surroundings. So history happens because of the existence of man as well as because of his character, action, choice, decision-making, ambition, desire, selfishness, and greed, lust, and everything else that's essentially good and bad at the same time. But man does not happen because of history. History has not created necessarily man, but man has created sovereign, significant history that we know and that is always remembered and known for histories and ages to come. So man creates, develops, and evolves history. Man is the ultimate developer, evolver, creator, shaper, or inventor of history, and everything else that's historical also exists because of man's actions, contributions, ambitions, desires, tries, wishes, wants, lusts, etc. So obviously, history shows us that men have always been desirous, ambitious, and lusty, or they are either great, significant